Hey everybody, and welcome back to the show. And I just have to say, I saw this yesterday, and I was actually surprised. It's those of you know, Disney Plus. They have the new show, The Mandalorian. It's been about almost a month now. We had 4 episodes in about 3.5 weeks. Tomorrow actually for today, is the next one's going to come out for episode 5. But it was such a hit. It is such a hit. People love Baby Yoda. But guess what? You really can't find a Baby Yoda toy. Let's check it out. So if you go over here and you deadline, here we are at Deadline, and the headline here, it says the new Mandalorian Baby Yoda plush toy is now available on pre-order. So you can pre-order the Baby Yoda. And the force is strong for all things Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian, and fans are in luck with a new plush doll heading to store shelves. Disney has given the green light to a cuddly version of the 50-year-old green infant. The tiny creature has become a huge internet sensation after debuting in Star Wars The Mandalorian on Disney Plus streaming service. You can pre-order the Baby Yoda plush toy, but it won't be available until months after Christmas. The 11-inch toy from Mattel costs $24.99, and it's slated to be available by April 1st, 2020, according to the listing on shopdisney.com. And that's kind of messed up. That is, to me, it's messed up anyway. I mean, if you go over here, and this is Target, and they are already advertising for The Mandalorian. Pre-order items inspired by the child. They're not even calling it Baby Yoda. They're just calling it the child. But everybody else calls it Baby Yoda. And here's what they've got. Funko Pop, Star Wars, the child, Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. So they are calling it Baby Yoda. Funko Pop, a 10-inch child, Baby Yoda. Like that. And then a plush. But here it is, no release date yet. This one says, there it is, April 1st. Hopefully it's not a big joke. They got the AT-AT worker, the ATST, which was from that from last week's episode. They actually looks like they got a $24.99. That's not bad for a stand-up Mandalorian toy figure. They got the Jawas. You know what? I can see this stuff getting a pretty good sell. But here's the thing. Because it's not really having all this stuff. Oh, look at this. They've even got the Mandalorian armor. Oh, but this is an old one. Legends. See, they're going back to the old stories that was from Legends. That's what they call it now. But it was basically the expanded universe. But it was still quote unquote canon. And here they are. They're trying to sell this back because people love to find out a little bit more about what it is. Here, this one's called the Mandalorian armor. And they're sticking with the lore, which I love. And that's why the fans, the hardcore fans, they like it. And the rest of the people like it too. Well, Baby Yoda helps too, I'm pretty sure. Check out this necklace. Not bad. This one's for men. Oh, a bookend design for the Mandalorian thing there. A Funko Pop one. Bunch of oh gosh, I love it. Kuil. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That they got the Cara Dune one. I have not been into the Funko Pop stuff, but I don't know. $8.99, $9. No, I'm not going to. And they've got the T-shirts. I've never really been one to get into the toys and the buying of the toys or anything like that. But I don't have any against them. I was really jealous of the kids that actually had a lot of the Star Wars figures. And that is actually what this kind of reminds me of now is, for those of you who are too young to remember or don't even know, there was a time when the original Star Wars came out. just like the people that are making The Mandalorian, they did not know how big of a hit The Mandalorian's going to be. They did not know how big of a hit Star Wars was going to be. They did not know. And what they got caught flat-footed. There's a bunch of YouTube videos that you could see this on about that. But there's this is what it reminds me of. This is from the Den of Geek. It's in Star Wars, how an empty box became a must-have item in 1977. This is the article that they have about it. For Christmas 1977, kids got an empty box instead of Star Wars figures here, and here's why it became the must-have gift. Imagine you're a little kid waking up on Christmas morning in 1977, and for the past few months you've lived and breathed Star Wars. You queued up to watch the film in cinemas back in the spring, and since then it's all, they even had more time back then than they have now. There's been talk of a company called Kenner bringing out a line of action figures to tie in with the year's big hit movie. Surely there'd be a whole bunch of them waiting under the Christmas tree for you. Yeah, we want the toys. But as you tear open the gift after gift, you realize the Star Wars toys aren't here. You open up the final package and you presented it with what is essentially an empty box. A cardboard envelope. Really, which contains little more than a few more bits of cardboard and a handful of stickers. This is what was called the early bird certificate package. A collection of printed materials designed as a message of reassurance to whoever was holding it. And this is basically what you got. You got this whole thing. Can you imagine some kid and they just sit there and look at it? But here's the thing. Me and my brother, my parents, we didn't have a whole lot of money or like that. They were immigrants to this, country. This was for something frivolous to buy these little toys, little plastic toys and whatnot. And so they never bought us any of these toys. I'm trying to think if we even had a toy, a little figure. I don't think we even had one. My friend Paul and his brother Brian, they had a ton of these toys. They had tons of them, and we would go over there and we would play them. I think even my next door neighbor, John Thomas, had these toys, and we would, play with their toys. But we never had any of these Star Wars figures. But were we fans? Yes. And you know what? This is the thing that is crazy. We had these little things like this. We had these little. We had a little pamphlet. Basically, it was basically a little pamphlet that said, hey, look at all the toys that you could have. This was probably like a year or two after the toys had already come out. But we would look at these toys, and we would just look at them. It's kind of like when you're looking at a catalog. Back then in the day, you had when the kids, what we would do, we would go to the catalog, toy catalog, like a Sears catalog or the Montgomery Ward catalog, go to the toy section and just look at the toys. Look at all the stuff we can't have. I bet you the kids now, they just go to the online, but back then it was the catalog. And that's what we did. And it was kind of like this, where you would go and you would get this thing, you would get this little and we would be satisfied with it. We were like, oh wow, look at this. Except this is what they were getting, but there was a promise that they were actually going to get the toy. I don't know. I'm glad they're actually coming out with the Baby Yoda. I think it's kind of great that they are, so that the little kids can have that. It kind of reminds me of just a few years back when the Baby Groot came out. Oh, it was such a hit, but they didn't have any of the Baby Groots. Remember that? Disney, you got to do better. It's really hard to tell. And can you blame them? They probably had so many of the stuff from The Last Jedi that didn't sell because people just weren't. A lot of the toys from Solo that didn't sell. And so they're like, you know what? It's not. We're not gonna. This is just a TV show. Nothing's gonna happen. And boom! It's crazy. A lot of people love Baby Yoda. Okay, that's all I got, guys. Hey, thanks for showing up. Thanks for reading this. Hey, Mandalorian today. Let's watch it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.